It's Wednesday, and Facebook is kind of blurry today, man. Guys, namaste. God bless. How are all of you? What's up with this today, guys? Come on, talk to me, Facebook. Let's get happy. But anyway, if I seem a little blurry, then rub your eyes. Maybe it'll come in better focus, man. So, guys, happy Wednesday to all of you. Lo and behold, I sound like a preacher here. I'm tired. I'm getting back into normal work mode, so forgive me. Lo and behold, this morning I go under memories, which I like to do, and check out the pictures that I have on there and perhaps use them. And of course, these words pop up, which are relevant to today's show, and something that occurred yesterday that I realized, oh yeah, I've been journaling this for the longest time, and it happened. And it really set in place in my life many moons ago that journaling just wasn't just asking for something. Journaling for me was becoming something. It was you directing your focus, which is one of the words today, out of the quote box, in how you want to be in life and setting that in a direction, another word in the quote box today, that helps, it just manifested in the most beautiful ways. And that was just one event, mind you. But then these words came up, which really started the whole process for me. And there wasn't a writer behind it, again, Facebook, so let's get with the program. It said, any lesson you refuse to learn will repeat until you do. This is how life is, meatball. And this is what I had to learn many moons ago, was you can't keep doing the same shit if it ain't working. You can't. You gotta change direction, and that's what journaling did for me. Journaling wasn't just asking for something. It was me reconditioning what I was to who I wanted to be, and still do to this day. Mind you, it's a great wish list for those who journal out there and just ask. But if you're not mentally ready to receive, remember that. If you're not, which I wasn't, mind you, it took a long time. If you're not mentally ready to receive what you are truly asking for, you're going to keep going through the motions of learning the lessons until you understand how ready you have to be to receive what you want to become. So out of the quote box today, from that, focus, and this came from Abraham Hicks, which is, mind you, is absolutely amazing. Focus on the direction of what feels good to you. This is what journaling is, man. It's writing. It's the imagination in you is your true self, your desires, your soul, what you want to bring in life. And when you put a direct emphasis, focus, hence a center of activity, attraction, inner retention, you start direction and vibrating energy towards what you want. Journaling to me is just reproducing what I want to produce. In other words, in thought and feeling out there, and it's setting a direction to the universe, hence, or whatever you guys want to call it out there, to start manifesting in your life. You start looking towards it, and in the most beautiful ways. But they were telling us for thousands of years, and mind you, I told you guys my dad was a deacon and all these things, but I never heard any of these utterances coming from whatever sanctuary I was in, whatever church I was in, wherever I was where they were preaching this stuff when I was a kid. Mind you, that's probably one of the reasons why I didn't practice it, because everything they were telling me was direct opposite of what I was thinking. And out of Colossians 3:2, mind you, it says, set your mind on things that are above, not on things that are on earth. And basically they're just saying your mind, your imagination, yourself, your true self I've always wanted to be. And I never heard this. I never heard words like this. And again, another verse from Proverbs that says almost basically the same thing, but in different words. Let your eyes look directly forward and your gaze be straight before you. This is just you directing the power that we already have. And they were telling us many moons ago, meatball, they were telling us so much information about life to make it so simple, but yet we were never taught this. And correct me if I'm wrong, to any of you who grew up in the church and whatever you had to do in your upbringing. I went through the whole 9 yards when I was a kid. That was the thing back then. That was the Goomba thing. You gotta go to church, do all this stuff, man. But anyway, point being, I never remember hearing this. I remember hearing other things of servitude and this and that, and I get that. I get the whole aspect of it. But you can serve the world when you're being yourself on a massive scale. and giving, sharing, and receiving all that you want, but it requires you to focus on what you want constantly. And that's all journaling is you focusing on what you want, doubling the power, pen to paper, with your thought and feelings into it. You're going to start becoming it internally, mentally, spiritually, and eventually physically. It's a great recipe for life that few of us were taught. We were just taught to give, give, give. You wonder why a lot of us feel worth less instead of worthy. It's us becoming ourselves. And the bigger self that we can be, the more we can give in knowledge, wisdom, and any level that we want to. But you have to fulfill yourself to give out on a massive scale. And stop giving the world and feeling worthless when you're worthy to receive all that you want. All that you want to be, have, and do in life. But you have to remember, you have to focus on it. You got to reiterate that constantly. You either journal it or affirmations, incantations, whatever you guys want to do to give yourself the confidence, know that you're receiving what you want in life, to share it with the world on a massive scale, however it may be. And few of us were taught this. Few of us were taught this, and I'm granted, I'm blessed, I'm old school, and I like that old school mentality because I had to learn from my mistakes. I had to take my lumps, pardon the pun, on this massive forehead I got. And I had to understand life through that lens of learning. But the epiphany came when I started to realize how powerful I was. And for all of you, how powerful you are. And journaling for me was just directing the energy to where I wanted to go. Vibrate, the definition of vibrate is to set in vibration, hence movement. What's that called? Emotion. Emotion is energy in motion. It's you directing your focus on what you want to have, be, and do in life, whatever it might be. Imagine if you had what you truly wanted to have right now, what you can give to the world. This is what they're talking about in religion, man, but they didn't specify it. They weren't succinct on what they were talking about. They just kept saying, give, give, give. And people just went throughout their whole lives giving their lives away instead of living their life to give away on a bigger scale. Does that make sense? So all I'm telling you guys, and if you guys have the option to do whatever you like, because belief is a powerful emotion. Belief is a powerful conviction that people carry. And when you realize how powerful you are, you can change anything in your life. But it starts with a direct focus of yourself and following through on what you truly want. Like it said, set your mind on things that are above. As above, so below. It's your imagination and your mind that creates your reality and your physicality in life. And this is, I didn't understand this shit, but a great quote that came out from that, and I'll let you guys be, and hopefully this helped you guys understand the true power that you all have to cloak yourself in it. Become that power that you are the best way you can. It takes time, yes, indeed, but oak trees don't grow overnight, man. They'd be a mess up there. They all take time, but yet they're strong as hell, and they're powerful, and they withstand storms and rain and winds and seasonal changes. That's who we are. The same thing, not an oak tree, meatball. We are the same thing in life. We have to learn. We have to sprout. We have to grow. Got to keep watering the seed, and eventually we're going to be able to deal with the storms and the seasonal changes in life that life brings us. But it all takes time. Journaling is just a daily reminder of how special you are, and you have to remind yourself how special you are and what you truly want, what you truly desire, because we all have our own desires, wants, and needs in this lifetime. You have every friggin' right to go out and get it, damn it. If you want something, go get it, period, as Will Smith said. But out of the quotes that I was going to use in the beginning, a really special one hit me, and I wanted to share with you guys before I let you go here on this Wednesday. Always remember, your focus determines your reality. This came from a little known guy back in the late 60s, man. He made a movie, and it flopped terribly. And a guy saw his movie, goes, wow, this guy's really got something in him. The guy who saw the movie was Francis Ford Coppola. Hey, Godfather, how you doing? Yeah, the Godfather guy. But the guy he liked was George Lucas, who made the movie, the one that flopped terribly. So Francis took George under his wing for a little while, and he understood the power of George's imagination to create something. He said, "Oh, we're gonna do a low budget called American Graffiti." That ended up getting nominated for some Oscars. I'm not sure if it won. Correct me if I'm wrong. But it was a very low budget. The Ron Howard, all these guys back then, man, a real classic. But the point being is, from that, Hollywood gave him confidence, gave George confidence enough to give him the idea. Said, "Look, dude, you got this idea for a space thing. Yeah, it's called Star Wars. Here's the budget. Go get it." And guess what he did? That was all from as above. He was sowing below. What he was thinking about, he was bringing about. I can only imagine his journals, man. I can only imagine what he was documenting every single day to bring to light that changed the lives of so many. I actually went to this movie, but it was like 77. For 30 days straight. That's when movies were $1, man. And I wasn't a science fiction guy, but I just loved the animation and everything in the creativity of the movie itself. It had a funny little plot line. The point being, after that, I didn't really get into it, but it was a great start to his career. And look what he went on to do. All he was doing was channeling the energy. He was following his own words, but he had to get through the fire, learn how to get burned, understand that if he kept his focus on what he wanted to do, he would attract the right people, circumstances, and events to bring his dreams to reality. We are the same way. We are the same way in our lives. We are the same way as people, guys. Meatballs. So for your own benefit, you're special. We're all special, man. We're all special. Don't let anybody ever tell you that you're not. Don't let anybody ever tell you that you can't do something, have something, and become something that you truly desire in your life. I'm very passive today, but I got to get to work, guys. I'm back on days. I'm grateful for that. And as far as journaling goes, journaling is just you expressing out. As above, you're expressing out, which eventually, if you keep doing it, you are going to sow below. Have an awesome Wednesday, guys. They're going to keep the voice down, man, so I don't lose it today or wake up the neighbors. Guys, America's Mentor _radio. At America's Mentor on Twitter. At America's Mentor on YouTube. Guys, thanks for the Jackson views. Again, the reels are awesome. And I am uploading Monday's show today on Memories from American New Escape. I look forward to you guys checking it out because all I'm doing is just information that we weren't told, man, or we didn't understand. Now that you get it, you're going to stop hitting the wall. You're going to start building a wall around your own castle. Guys, have an amazing Wednesday, guys. I'll see you guys soon.